Here we have for sale our March 2019 on a 19 plate Volkswagen Transporter T6. This is a T32, meaning it's got a 3.2 tonne gross vehicle weight. This is the 2 litre bi-turbo TDI 204 brake horsepower model. And this is the Highline Combi DSG van, short wheelbase. And what we're going to do in this video is have a little walk around. I'll show you the spec which you get on a Highline Combi as standard of this age, but I'll also talk you through the clear modifications to this particular vehicle as well, because as you can see it is not standard. So starting here at the rear of the vehicle, we can see that this one has been spec'd with a glazed rear tailgate. What I mean by that is a tailgate is one door which opens in this direction, and you've also got glazed, which means it's got a rear window. In terms of condition here at the rear, it's all in very good order. Actually, the paintwork is looking really nice in the rear tailgate, using the reflections there that are available. Doesn't seem to be any dents or marks or anything like that. There are a couple of minor hairline marks along the top of the rear bumper, which is as to be expected on any commercial vehicle with loading into the back. It's very common to see on these, but as you can see, it's all in really nice order. So the first look then inside the back of this vehicle, and this is of course what this vehicle is really all about. So I'll just briefly talk you through the bits that we've got going on here. So first thing to talk about is the rib rock and roll bed, which is in the back. For anyone who's not familiar with rib beds, in my opinion, the best rock and roll bed that you can get, because they are properly crash tested, no problems on insurance, that type of thing as well. And they just offer a really good solution. And as you'll see from the other side, you've got seats, and then of course it folds out into a flat bed with storage underneath. So that's the first thing to mention. Of course then, it is all carpeted and insulated in the back, which is of course essential if you're going to be sleeping in the back of this van. And you can see here as well that we've got the nice vinyl flooring as well in the back as well. In terms of this seating position here, this has actually got a couple of positions. So as it is now, this is as a sort of a rear sort of bench seating position, so you could sit there under the tailgate for shelter. Or alternatively, you can actually fold this up if you want to get some more storage here in the back. Or of course, this is the position that it would be in for the bed position, which I will show you a little later on in the video. If we look here at the rear window as well, you can also see that we have got the van shades blinds in this van. We've got that on the rear and also on the side windows as well. And again, I'll show you those when we come around to that part of the van. If we move then down the passenger side of the vehicle, and again looking at the condition here, so looking in the reflections and everything, as you can see, it's got a really lovely finish. I'll shut the side loading door as well, so you can just have a good look at all the paintwork down this passenger side. But as you can see there, it's really nice and straight. And again, of course, like any used vehicle, there are going to be the odd small stone chip or hairline mark. It's all, of course, as to be expected. There's a couple of very minor hairline marks just here, which I'm not even sure you'll be able to pick those out in the camera, but as I say, we like to be as honest as we possibly can with these descriptions. If we open up the side loading door then, and this is, as I say, where we can really start to have a look of what's going on here in the back, and this is in the seating position here. So we've got, as I say, the rib rock and roll bed all set up, as I say, as a seat at the moment. You can see that we've got the ISOFIX compatibility here in the rear, and of course more of this carpeting. We've also in the back of here got multiple USB points, so we've got them on both sides just there. These are all powered by an extra battery, which is actually underneath the driver's seat, and there's a little control panel just there as well, which tells you about your voltages, etc. And then underneath the seat, we've got this very good diesel night heater as well, which I have had going, and that really does get it cooking inside here as well. Another van shades blind on the side of here, and of course, being a factory combi, you've got opening windows on both sides. But what really transforms this van is, of course, the pop-top roof. As you can see here, is this one is configured with a couple of windows. I've opened that one as well just to show you the sort of light which is really coming in here, and I'm not sure how well that conveys on the camera, but it really does flood the inside of this van with light, and it just gives you fantastic headroom in the back of here as well. So I'm 6 foot tall, and I can clearly stand up in the back of this van. The other thing which you've got with the pop-top roof is that this here is actually then another double bed. So this is on gas strut. You simply pull that down and you've got another double bed up there, making this into a 4-berth, or as I say, you can push that up on the gas struts there on both sides, and that gives you then this fantastic head height in the back of the van and makes it feel like a much larger van than just, as I say, a normal Transporter. It really does make a hell of a difference. And as I say, you can unzip these. We've got a window here on each side. There's even one above us up there as well, if the camera will focus. So you've got that, and you can actually as well unzip all of this as well to really open this up to give you a bit more of a kind of safari feel in here as well. What I'm going to do now is just quickly show you how to use this seat. So I'll just hand the camera over there 1 second. So we've got a handle just here. Pull on that. You can then fold the foot of this all the way down flat just there. And then the side handle. Pull on that. You can then fold that part of the bed flat. So literally as simple as that. You've gone from having a 3-seater bench seat in the back of the van to a full width rock and roll bed, really nice and comfy. I guess if you were to put a mattress topper or something over the top of this, you are literally a way to go. Accompany that, of course, with all of the insulation, carpeting, blinds. You've got these extra LED lights in the back of here, which is controlled off a switch just down here on the pillar, so you can turn those on or off. USB ports, and say you really are good to go. We'll continue around the rest of the van then, and I'll show you the spec in the cab as well, because of course there is a lot of spec on a Highline Transporter as standard, but doesn't that look fantastic? On the outside of a Transporter, you get, on a T32, you get these 17-inch Davenport alloy wheels as standard. These have been, of course, sprayed here in gloss black. We haven't done that. They came to us like that. On a Highline as well, you get colour-coded bumpers, colour-coded mirrors. There is a couple of, again, very small blemishes to the front bumpers. You can maybe see just there in the camera. Again, nothing major, but I say we like to point out everything that we can see. And as sort of standard on a van, some minor stone chips as well to the bonnet. Moving then down the driver's side, and again, having a good look here down the side of the vehicle, using the reflections where available. It's all looking really clean and straight. No, nothing of any note that I can particularly see along there. And then if we open up the driver's door, we can have a good look then at the condition and spec inside here. So on top of the driver's door, we have electric windows, we have electric heated mirrors. You've got 2 seats in the front as well. That's one other thing to mention. Rib do a fantastic job of matching the proper Highline trim in a Transporter, so it really does look factory fitted. Fantastic double armrest on both front seats. These are adjustable as well, using the little wheel which is just under there. Very nice, makes it very comfortable to ride in. And as you can see here, condition in the front of this van, absolutely fantastic. All the step is looking nice, the floor is looking spot on as well. We've got auto-activated lights and auto-activated wipers. One thing on the keys as well to note, we have this little fob just here, and you can actually control the heater using that fob. So that's a really trick piece of kit, that. Looking at the steering wheel, you've got the leather multifunctioning steering wheel. On the left-hand side here, you've got the cruise control settings, and of course you control the volume for the radio. And then on the right-hand side, you've got the onboard computer just there as well. And of course you can answer and hang up the phone. If we look at the speedo, you can see the mileage on this particular vehicle, 28,364 miles, so still really low miles, and you can see there it's all idling correctly. There's no warning lights or anything like that on the dashboard. This one, 204 DSG, so it comes with the lovely 7-speed automatic gearbox. And then in the middle, a Highline also comes with air conditioning, heated windscreen, USB port, AUX port as well. And then in the center, an optional extra, it's got the uprated screen here in the middle, which is absolutely fantastic, because it just, as I say, makes it so much more modern and usable in the front. You can see that we've got DAB radio, and you'll see actually the display changes as you get close to the display with your fingers as well. So without even touching it, you'll see that display changing there at the bottom. And of course, this is where you can connect your phone via Bluetooth, and you can, even if you wanted to, you can enable things like App Connect as well by speaking to your VW dealer, or maybe even sat nav if you wanted to with this screen. So it's a fantastic bit of kit to have on the van. Condition, as I say, seats all looking absolutely spot on, no rips, tears, cigarette burns, anything like that. Inside it's all looking really, really nice. And as you can see there, hopefully if the camera will do its job and focus, you can just see the difference that that pop-top roof makes in the back. Really, really straightforward to put down as well. As I say, it's all on these nice gas struts on the side, so you literally just pull it down and it clips in with a couple of straps, and you are away to go. So just to summarize this particular vehicle, this is a VW Transporter T6, so that's the shape, the T6 shape. It's a T32, so it's got a 3.2 ton gross vehicle weight, which is probably ideal considering, of course, the extra weight which you are carrying with things like the pop-top roof and the bed in the back and the heater, etc. So you want to have the best weight capacity that you can, and that is what you're getting here with the T32. It's got the 2-litre bi-turbo 204 brake horsepower engine, the highest brake horsepower model that VW do in their Transporters. It's of course accompanied with that lovely 7-speed DSG automatic gearbox. Highline specifications, so fantastic specifications throughout, including things as standard as cruise control, air conditioning, heated windscreen, colour-coded bumpers and mirrors, all those types of things. So we get all of that as standard anyway. And then on this particular vehicle, of course, you've got that lovely rib rock and roll bed in the back. You've got the fantastic pop-top roof. You've got the diesel night heater under the seat as well. And then you've got the leisure battery, which you can control the USB ports. There's also an extra socket here in the back, which I didn't tell you about. Just down here, there's another socket down there as well. So, as I say, you really are set to go in this particular vehicle. You've got all this nice carpeting, van shades on the windows as well, LED lighting. And just look at that in the back there, absolutely fantastic. We do have evidence of one service being carried out so far, but regardless of that, we are going to be putting this vehicle right through our workshop before it leaves us. So it's going to have a full service before it goes, going through all the filters. And of course, you've got that benefit as well of VW manufacturer's warranty until March 2022. If you'd like to inquire, please feel free to give us a call on either of the numbers listed here at the bottom of the sign. We can arrange finance on all of our vehicles, including Transporters like this at very competitive rates, and we can also take cars or vans in part exchange as well. The other thing which I haven't mentioned, which is maybe the best thing about this particular vehicle, there is no VAT to pay on this particular vehicle. So even though it's a Transporter, most Transporters will of course come with VAT. This one was purchased from a non-VAT registered individual, so there is no VAT to pay on this particular van. Thank you very much for watching.